Welcome back to Pathfinders. I'm Brian Hudson, and today we're talking executive stress relief hiking. Joining me is my good friend, Brittany Jenkins. Brittany, welcome to the show. This episode is about giving busy professionals a reliable reset, short, fitness-focused hikes that calm the nervous system without wiping you out. We'll break down why it works, how to fit it between meetings, what gear to keep by your desk, and one exact plan you can use this week.
Thanks for having me. I love this topic because hiking blends three stress busters at once. First, nature exposure measurably lowers cortisol. Trees, sky, and natural soundscapes cue the body toward parasympathetic calm. Second, rhythmic walking is like moving meditation. The left-right cadence stabilizes breathing and smooths rumination. Third, staying at moderate effort, what endurance folks call Zone 2, creates a chemical sweet spot. More serotonin and endorphins, better blood flow to the brain, and no post-workout crash. For overloaded leaders, that means you come back clearer, not foggy. It's the difference between hitting reset and hitting a wall.
That's exactly right, Brittany. I would call it a high ROI intervention, low time cost, immediate clarity. When talking about intensity, Zone 2 is simpler than people think. If you can speak in full sentences without gasping, you're there. No smartwatch required. For executives, I like an executive reset hike, 30 to 45 minutes, mostly flat or gentle rollers, light pack, and a breathable pace. You finish energized, not depleted. If the trail rises a little, shorten the stride and keep the cadence quick. Your heart rate stays steady, and your knees will stay happy. Build a repeating route you know well so you can switch off decision-making and let the landscape do its work.
Yes, Brian. And for those folks who like numbers, Zone 2 typically sits around 60 to 70% of max heart rate. If you estimate max as 220 minus age, you'll be in the ballpark. If you don't like numbers, use RPE, the rate of perceived exertion. Aim for a 3 or 4 out of 10, working but relaxed, with comfortable nose breathing on flat land. On hills, the secret is taking small, quick steps in an upright posture. Think about being centered over your hips, letting the arms swing easy, and landing your feet softly. That combo will protect your calves and knees while keeping the nervous system in that calm, sustainable groove.
Okay, Brittany, let's now talk about how busy executives can get the stress relief they're looking for when they have packed calendars. The trick is finding a spot that's in proximity. Scout commute-adjacent options. A greenway spur near the train, a neighborhood park loop you can enter from a side street, or even an urban hill plus stair circuit. I keep 2 to 3 routes saved within 10 to 20 minutes of both home and the office. Name them like calendar templates: North Loop, River Spur, Stair Reset, so choosing is automatic. Save trail maps offline, star the parking pin, and note the typical time window. When a meeting cancels, you don't decide. You can immediately execute. That allows good intentions to become consistent practice.
I'm a big fan of micro hikes, Brian, especially on heavy meeting days. 10 to 20 minutes before or after work acts like a cognitive bookend. If I'm stacked with meetings back to back, I'll do a 15-minute incline loop behind our building, up the service road, down the stairs, and then repeat once. It's quick, quiet, and keeps me in Zone 2. I layer in simple mindfulness. Box breathing is my go-to. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. For focus, I'll count 50 steps, reset, and repeat. It occupies just enough mind space to mute out the distractions and returns me to being desk-centered when I get back from my break.
Love that. I'll add a sensory reset for the middle third of the walk, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 scan. Name 5 things you see, 4 you feel, 3 you hear, 2 you smell, 1 you taste. It shifts attention out of rumination. And remember that digital boundaries matter. I start in airplane mode and allow one preset check-in stop at my turnaround point. The phone is used for maps and safety. Everything else waits. For habit design, pair the hike with an existing anchor, a standing one-on-one or the end of the morning stand-up. Remember as well that if it's on the calendar, it's real. Another tip I recommend to my busy friends is to keep shoes and a lightweight shell next to their bag the night before.
Okay, Brian, here's a quick gear rundown for professionals. For footwear, trail runners are great. They also look good for the office and they dry fast. For the best clothing, choose merino or other moisture-wicking layers, plus a compact rain shell. Make sure to have 1 to 2 liters of water depending on the season, a tiny first aid pouch, lip balm, and a slim waist or shoulder pack that tucks under a blazer or slides into a briefcase. I keep a mini kit in a desk drawer, so I'm never trying to hunt it down before each walk. For safety, you will want to tell someone your route and return time, carry your ID, a whistle, and download offline maps. When your time is tight, make sure to stick to familiar trails. Predictability is the friend of safety and consistency.
After the hike, a quick recovery sequence will extend the benefits. 2 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing, 1 hand on the belly, 4-count inhale through the nose, slow 6-count exhale that will help downshift the nervous system and stabilizes your posture. Then a minute each of calf stretching against a wall and a gentle hip flexor lunge. Be sure to snack wise. Think protein plus carbs, yogurt and berries, jerky and an apple, tofu and rice if you're at home. To keep your metrics, keep it simple. Number 1, log a mood rating before and after your hike. Number 2, log your RPE. Number 3, write down the steps or elevation. And finally, record your weekly minutes in Zone 2. If you like tech, track HRV and resting heart rate to watch the cumulative stress.
Brian, the real challenge is changing behaviors. Changing behavior is where most plans fail, so make it automatic. Block your reset hike like any high-priority meeting and protect the boundary. Prep the night before. Put your shoes by the door, your shell in the bag, and keep a bottle filled in the fridge. Reduce decision points. At our company, we've started walk and talk one-on-ones in the park across the street. The conversation quality actually improves, and nobody is stuck to a screen. If motivation dips, use a buddy text. Loop at noon. That tiny nudge turns intention into action. 2 10-minute walks and 1 30-minute reset each week will compound into smoother energy and steadier moods.
Then there's what I call the weekend upgrade. Once the weekday rhythm feels solid, add 1 longer Zone 2 hike, 90 to 120 minutes, for the weekends. Keep it steady, same talkable pace, and choose a loop with gentle elevation so you stay aerobic. Pack extra water and that rain shell, and note a bailout point on the map. The longer exposure compounds resilience. It's a deeper mood lift, gives you better sleep pressure, and a larger aerobic base to buffer work stress. I'll often run step count focus in the middle third, count to 50, reset, for quiet concentration without zoning out. You finish with that clean, tired feeling that supports the week ahead.
Brian, I'd like to give a quick story about a coworker I work with on a daily basis. She mentioned that 3 months ago, her afternoons felt brutal. Email overload, tension headaches, and constant late-night doom scrolling. She built a 3x30 executive reset plan plus a Sunday 90. Likewise, she found 2 nearby greenway loops, kept her shoes under her desk, and used airplane mode on her phone with 1 checkpoint. Within 2 weeks, the 3 p.m. slump faded. Sleep improved, and she described meetings as sharper with more patience. Her resting heart rate dropped 4 beats. HRV ticked up modestly. The key was restraint, keeping effort at RPE 3-4. On stressful days, she wanted to push hard, but easy aerobic work actually bled off stress without adding more.
Okay, Brittany, let's give everyone 1 clear action tip they can start today. Within the next 48 hours, schedule a 30-minute executive reset hike. Choose your nearest low-traffic loop, paved or dirt, ideally within 10 minutes of home or the office. Walk at a talkable pace the whole time. During the middle 10 minutes, do 3 rounds of box breathing. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Silence notifications on your phone. Use the phone only for maps and safety. When you finish, stand still for 2 minutes and run a sensory scan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then jot 1 sentence in your notes app describing how you feel. That reflection cements the routine and guides your next reset hike. That's our playbook for turning hiking into an executive stress reset. Why it works biologically, how to hit the Zone 2 sweet spot, picking commute-adjacent routes, and layering in mindful techniques like box breathing, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 scan, and step count focus. Brittany and I also covered digital boundaries that protect attention, a lean gear kit that stays at the office, safety basics for quick solo sessions, and a tiny recovery routine to lock in benefits. We also talked metrics that matter: mood, RPE, steps or elevation, weekly zone 2 minutes, and optional HRV or resting heart rate. Design the habit like a meeting, pair it with existing routines, and progress to a weekly 90 to 120 zone 2 hike for deeper resilience. Most importantly, you're left with one actionable step to try within 48 hours. This show exists to make your trail time practical and doable, even on your busiest days. Thanks for listening to Pathfinders. See you on the trail and stay safe.